It's Tuesday, August 16th, 2022. A few things I want to talk about today, and this may be a little bit off topic, something we don't really talk about. I have mentioned it in the past, but maybe it really is now becoming more of a sign of the times, and that is people and family members wanting to borrow money from you. I have had personal friends write me and say now that they have family members and friends wanting to borrow money from them. Have you experienced this? I have not personally experienced this. If you have, please comment down below and share your story with us. But I'm hearing more of this. I'm hearing from people in my circle. Some of the comments down below, people have remarked and commented that they've had family members come to them wanting to borrow money. I advise against this. I really, really do. Do not lend money to family members. Do not lend money to friends. Now, if you want to give them money, that's a whole different story. Nothing wrong if you want to donate some money to help somebody, a family member, a friend, whatever the case may be. That's different than lending somebody money. Now, when you lend money to friends and family members, that is going to change the relationship, in my humble opinion. If you feel different, comment down below and let us know what you think. But I think that changes a relationship. People now feel this obligation to you to pay that money back, rightfully so. But I really think it changes the dynamics in a relationship now that you literally have a business contract between you and this other person. And there's probably a very high likelihood you're never going to get your money back. So you're better off just donating that money to these people if you want to, if you have the means, because you're probably never going to get paid back, and that is going to destroy relationships with family members and friends. So be aware of that. But again, I bring this up because it's becoming more and more common. I'm hearing this more and more, literally every week. And I've read stories. I've read news articles where we have parents taking out these enormous loans for their kids to go to college, and now parents are on the hook for these worthless college degrees, where a lot of times the kids didn't even finish, or they got a worthless degree, and they're living at home mooching off their parents while their parents are paying back the $80,000 that they borrowed so that their kids could go and get a worthless degree. And so we have parents making some very, very bad decisions. Another thing that I see that they're doing is they're buying their kids' homes. They're pulling out loans and borrowing money so that they can buy homes for their kids, believing that the kids can, down the road refinance the home. The home's going to go up in value, that they're going to get paid back. Well, what happens when the home begins to lose value? How are you going to get paid back? You're not going to get paid back. Now you have your own mortgage and the mortgage of the property you bought for your kids, and you're really putting yourself at risk. And I think borrowing money for college tuition, borrowing money to buy your kids a home, co-signing on vehicles, this is all extremely risky, and this could have really a huge negative impact down the road on your life, on your finances, on your credit. So be very aware of what you're getting into. I truly believe we're going to see more people knocking at the door of your house asking you for money, because see, they know that you've been defensive. They know that you haven't taken huge risk. They know that you've been saving. They know that you've probably been acquiring hard tangible assets because you've been sharing with people, trying to warn people what's coming. So they know that you're awake. They know that you're prepared. They know that you've got a cash reserve. They know that you're rock solid. While they've been out partying, taking big risks, going out buying the Dodge Chargers, the Dodge Challengers, living way beyond their means, risking money in cryptos, risking money in the markets, risking money in stocks. And a lot of these people have been wiped out. They've lost half of their investments or more. Many people in crypto have lost everything and they're broke. And now who are they going to call? They're going to call the person who warned them, the person who told them to save cash, the person that told them to get defensive, because they know that that person is prepared. That person is their own central bank, and so they're knocking at your door. So be forewarned, because it is quite possible you're going to get that phone call or that knock at the door. And if things really get bad, these people are coming and knocking at your door for food, for money, for protection. They're coming to your house because they know you're awake. And the party is coming to an end, ladies and gentlemen. People are getting their cars repoed left and right. People are being evicted out of their apartments. People are being foreclosed on now. Foreclosures up 700% this year. Housing market cooling down. And so be very, very cautious about who you're giving money to. If you're lending money to someone, if you're donating money to someone. I'm not telling anybody what to do out there, but this is becoming a topic that I'm hearing more and more of, and I believe that we're going to see a lot more of it because it is a sign of the times. So be very, very cautious. You know, people are going to pull at your heartstrings. You know, people are going to get themselves in very, very big trouble, and they're going to be begging you to get them out of trouble. These are the people who have been on social media showing us their cocktails, their Las Vegas vacations, their new leased Mercedes or BMW. These are the big shots who told you and I we were completely wrong. You got to take risk. The economy's fine. The Fed will never let it fail. Everything is going to be okay. And look, stock market's up today. Well, at least the Dow Jones is way up today because I guess Home Depot and Walmart are up. So that's saving everything. Isn't that nice to know that Walmart and Home Depot are up today? So that's the great news, keeping the markets up. But I want to talk about the housing market while we're on this topic because, again, parents buying their kids' houses or lending them the money to buy a house, believing that the market's going to go up forever and they're going to get their money back. And I don't think that's going to be the case here. And I want to talk about the housing market here because some very interesting news came across CNBC today. Home buyers are backing out of more deals as high mortgage rates persist and recession fears linger. Now, we're told that there's no recession. I'm going to leave that up to you. Are we in a recession? Comment down below. Are we in a recession right now, or are we not in a recession? Or are we in something even worse than a recession? I believe personally we're in the beginning stages of a depression. But according to this article, nationwide, get this, about 63,000 deals on existing homes fell through in the month of July. That's 16% of homes that were under contract in the month of July, according to Redfin. 16% of homes under contract, existing homes, fell through in the month of July. I've never, ever heard that number being so high. Cancellations were 12.5% in July of 2021. Rising cost and falling confidence are fast becoming a toxic cocktail in the housing market right now, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know anybody who would be foolish enough to buy a house right now. I personally don't know anybody foolish enough to do it. And again, I see so many less real estate agents on social media now bragging how they were getting $40 and $50 and $100,000 above listing price for homes, and just how ridiculous the FOMO was. And honestly, these agents bragging that they got $40,000 or $50,000 over some cookie cutter in Riverside County, they should be embarrassed. They should be embarrassed. And I truly hope that when their phone rings from their buyers, who they basically talked into buying these overpriced cookie cutters, and literally ripping them off, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Ripping off these people, telling them and building up the FOMO, telling them that they'll never have an opportunity like this. I hope when these buyers call these agents that dupe them, I hope that these agents answer their phones, and I hope that they have an answer to why they sold them these properties, these overvalued cookie cutters in Riverside County. And you can make that statement anywhere in the country. But I hope that these agents answer their phones, because they were answering their phones when they were selling homes 40 and 50,000 over listing price, and when their listing clientele calls them and asks them why their house isn't selling after they promised them that they could get, you know, $100,000 over listing. I hope that they answer the phone. I hope they have the guts to tell them that they're going to have to start lowering their price. I mean, this whole fallacy is over, ladies and gentlemen. Prices are coming down, inventory is hitting the market, and these con artists who kept telling people that, yeah, you should pay $50,000 over listing or $100,000 over listing because this is a great opportunity. I hope that these agents have answers when people call them and demand answers from them. In July, 17.6% of builder contracts fell through, compared with 8% in April and 7.5% in July of 2021. Do we see a pattern here? What's happening to existing homes and what's happening to these new homes that these home builders are putting on the market? Unbelievable. Texas and the broader Southwest are seeing the biggest jumps in builder cancellations. Get this, at 27%. That's in in Texas, and 25% in the Southwest. That's the cancellation number for the new home builders. That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Northern California at 23% and Southern California at 12%. This is what's being reported right now by the home builders. These are the cancellation rates. So right here in Southern California where I'm at, the cancellation rate for a new home is 12%. That number is going to climb. Where do you think prices are going to be in 6 to 12 months, ladies and gentlemen? Now it says here, talks about reasons for cancellation. Some buyers no longer qualify at today's higher rates. Well, because they've literally doubled from a year ago. Some buyers are simply walking away of their own accord, concerned about inflation and the potential of home values dropping. Well, finally, people are waking up and realizing, they're smelling the coffee and realizing where we're at. We are in a very, very poor, failing economy, and this housing market is going to really, I believe, begin to get out of control. See, they can buy bonds, they can buy stocks, they can juice the stock market, but unless they can lower rates back down to 3% or below, they're going to have big, big problems in the housing market. See, they also can't control all these layoffs. When people aren't working, when people can't get a job, when people are losing jobs, they begin to lose houses, they begin to cancel escrows, they begin to not be a home buyer. Many are canceling during the due diligence period. Somebody wrote me the other day and said, oh, I'm giving bad advice. You can't cancel when you're in escrow. Of course you can. In California, you have 21 days to do your due diligence. If in 21 days you don't want to buy the house, you can cancel for whatever reason. So you have the complete legal right to cancel an escrow during due diligence. Now, if you sign off all your contingencies, you've done all your due diligence, you sign off, it might be 17 days in your state, it might be 14, it's 21 here in California, maybe it's 25 where you live, but you have that period of time to do your due diligence, to think it through, to do your home inspection, to do a termite inspection, to do an appraisal, to get your loan, etc. At that point, they're gonna say, okay, time to sign off and remove all contingencies. Well, if you have any second thoughts and you don't sign off, you walk, and that's completely legal. Many people now are thinking and waking up and realizing that maybe this isn't the right time to buy, and they are canceling during this due diligence period. So you have the right to do that. Refer to your agent, refer to your escrow office. I don't give legal or financial advice. But cancellation of existing homes is particularly high in Florida. Check this out. Jacksonville saw the most contracts canceled in the state of Florida at 800. That was 29.3% of contracts in July canceled, and that is existing home sales. Wow. Something is definitely happening. So is this a great time to buy a home? Your real estate agent will probably say it's a great time to buy a home. And if you don't buy now, you're going to miss out and you'll never have an opportunity again. And prices are only going to go up. Wrong, wrong, and wrong. I highly advise you do not buy a house right now. I highly advise you don't buy any big ticket item right now. Now look, if you just won the lottery or you make $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 a year and you're paying cash for something, whatever the case may be, go right ahead, do what your heart desires. But if you want a sale, if you want a deal, you want a bargain, I don't care how much money somebody makes. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants a deal. The smart money now is sitting on the sidelines, keeping the powder dry. Shifting gears, the hedge today, the Big Short, Michael Burry liquidates entire portfolio, holds only one stock at the end of the second quarter. Now, this guy, Michael Burry from the Big Short, he just tweeted, stock market melt up as silliness. U.S. economy facing a gruesome crash. This guy bet against the housing market and made a lot of money during the crash of 2008, and he made a lot of people a lot of money in 2008, and a lot of people that doubted him, he made money. As of March 31st, he liquidated his $200 million portfolio. What does this mean? When somebody like Michael Burry just checks out, pulls out of the market completely. He is sitting on the sidelines. He knows that we're going to see something much worse than 2008, and he is going to capitalize on it yet again. And I want to close with this last article. Amazon workers walked out over pay safety concerns at major California air hub right down the street here in San Bernardino, about less than an hour from my house. 150 workers walked out. I think they have 1,500 employees at that hub, so 10% of them walked out. They don't want $17 an hour. They're not happy with $17 an hour working at the hub. They want $22 an hour. What are your thoughts about that? And what does this mean? This means if they get $22 an hour, that everybody's going to pay more using Amazon, right? Amazon just passes the cost on to you and I. So you have people working at the hub, working at the warehouse there in San Bernardino, right there. I believe it's right near the airport. And they want a $5 raise on top of the $17 they're making right now. I mean, this is really unskilled, uneducated labor here, and we're paying $17 an hour, which I think right now is pretty good money, even in California, to be working at an airport hub. What do you think about that? Do these people deserve $22 an hour? And if they get 22, when are they going to want 32? And who's going to pay for all of this? The price of everything is going up. And look, I believe everybody should make a living wage. But are we going to continue to pay people flipping burgers $17, $18, or $20 an hour? Loading trucks $17 an hour, $20 an hour. I mean, at some point, it just doesn't make sense. And the cost is getting passed on to you and I. Every time you go out to eat, we're paying more for the labor costs. You're going to pay more for the Amazon costs because we're paying people in a warehouse, $17+ an hour. So what are your thoughts about that? Do they deserve $22 an hour? Do they deserve $32 an hour? Where's the breaking point? It's unbelievable. And again, everything is expensive. I know people need money, but I don't know. How much more can we be paying people in these service sector jobs? Think about that. Service sector jobs where people are making $17, $18, $20, $23 an hour. We all are paying for this. So let me know your thoughts on that. I'm going to leave it there today. I hope everybody's having a phenomenal day. Please make sure to support the channel by giving this video a thumbs up, sharing all these videos with your family, your friends, all over your social media, and make sure you subscribe. There's a lot of things out there happening, a lot of them not so good. I know that people will say that it's just more doom, it's more gloom. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't hate the messenger. I am just reporting the latest news that just came out this morning within hours. Market's still open. Dow Jones up 250 points because Walmart and Home Depot are up. So that's the great news if you're looking for some great news. But people are more and more dependent on the credit cards. People are falling deeper into debt. They're using up their savings. And I think this is going to get really, really ugly. And I want every one of you to stay on path. Don't get complacent. Continue to prepare. And that doesn't mean just having cash and gold and silver. So many people, it really strikes a chord. They get so triggered. If I talk about, putting gold away or putting silver away, make sure that you have food. Make sure you have water. Make sure that you have a skill set. And most of all, as I leave you today, and it's completely free, doesn't cost you a dime, be walking close to God, be praying to God for guidance and direction. Costs absolutely nothing. Make sure you're praying and asking God for direction. Anybody out here today telling you what you should do, telling you that, we're heading into the worst economic collapse the world has ever seen, we're heading into a depression, food shortages, all this crisis, dollar collapse, housing crash, all that. And look, it's all happening right now before your very eyes. But why are these people not seeing what's really happening? This is spiritual warfare. These same people, if they really believed in what they're saying, would be warning you right now to get right with God and be walking extremely close with God and be praying to God for direction and guidance. But they're not. So I don't know how much they really believe their message. And I'm going to tell you right now as I leave you today, I believe exactly what I'm saying. I walk the walk. This is why I prepare every which way I can. I cover every base. And most of all, I've gotten closer to God. I say my prayers daily, and I thank God for everything I have, and I thank God for the opportunity to talk with all of you daily. And I hope and I pray that all of you are saying your prayers and thanking God for your family, your friends, your pets, your life, being able to eat today, being able to walk, being able to just exist and live, waking up today, having a job today, having a place to sleep. And look, you might not have a great job. You might not have a great place. You might not be in the zip code you want. You might be living at your parents' house. You might be sleeping in somebody's garage. You are blessed. You are completely blessed because you still have opportunity. You're alive today and you're watching this message and you're awake. And most of all, you are awake and you know that something's wrong and you're taking action. And you might not have a lot of money, but you're taking what action you can take. A little is going to go a long way when this thing crashes, ladies and gentlemen. But if you do absolutely nothing, you sit on the couch, you stay on the sidelines, you deny what's happening, you ignore what's happening, you hope it goes away, you are going to pay a very, very serious price. So you may, like I said, you may not have a lot of money. You may not have a great job. You may not be living where you want to live, but you're awake and you're taking some sort of action. Keep doing what you're doing. Take on the extra side hustle. Keep putting the cash reserves away. Keep saying your prayers. God bless all of you. Have a wonderful day. It's not the end of the world. The world's just changing and we're going to adapt and we're going to prosper and we're going to survive. Have a phenomenal day. God bless you all, and I look forward to speaking with all of you very, very soon.